I did.
Hey, that's a good Wolfman Jack.
Geez, haven't heard that one in a while.
I know it.
Grew up with him. Well, you know, let's do it on the radio. You know, didn't know
I
him.
don't.
Good.
They could pull them in at night on the AM stations. Okay, we're ready to go. Okay, I'd like to call the Criminal Justice Committee together, April 19th, 2021, 9:09 a.m. Committee members, Supervisor Leggett, Shepler, Stroud, Diamond, and Driscoll. I'll ask the clerk, do we have a quorum?
Yes, you do.
We have a quorum. I'll call the meeting to order. First order of business is approval of minutes of prior committee meeting. Who would like to make that? Supervisor Shepler, thank you. And a second by Supervisor Diamond. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. Motion carries. Action items for new business. Requests to submit a request for a proposal for the second update model family representation office grant. We have Public Defender Marcy Flores here to speak to that. Yes.
Thank you very much.
If you lay it out for us, then we'll have the motion to bring it to the floor.
No problem. Can you hear me okay?
Bring it a little closer to you.
Okay, is that better? Is it not on? It's good? Okay, thank you. Okay. I am requesting permission to submit an RFP, request for proposal, for the second Upstate Model Family Representation Grant. The grant is for $870,000 a year for 3 years, so it's just over $2 million. There will be one grant issued throughout New York State. It is a grant to deal with abuse and neglect of parents against children, and to have a model created that could be copied throughout New York State on how to deal with these kinds of cases. It would require my office to work with Legal Aid Society of Northeastern New York, the assigned counsel office, because we'll submit a grant on behalf of all of us. All three agencies, the assigned counsel office, my office, and Legal Aid Society, have already met on this, and we are requesting permission. The next board meeting is May 21st. The grant proposal has to be in on May 24th. It is my intention at this point in time, unless there's a problem as a result of this meeting today, that we will move forward and start drafting our grant. And obviously, I will submit it to the board at the appropriate time. But the purpose of the grant is to have quicker intervention when there are issues going on with parents, with children for abuse and neglect, to get action going faster, and also to deal with a holistic model of the parents and the family as a whole, to deal with whatever other issues they have that needs to be addressed, whether it's substance abuse, financial issues. My office can only deal with the criminal issues. However, the Legal Aid Society has the ability to work with some of the issues that my office can't reach. In addition, it would use partnering of different agencies throughout Warren, Washington, Saratoga counties to deal with these issues for these families, to get them services and get things moving quicker, to have a reunification of the family, which is what family court wants, a reunification of the families if at all possible.
Thank you, Marcy. Motion to bring it to the floor. Supervisor Driscoll, second by Supervisor Diamond. Thank you. Discussion. Marcy, do you have other agencies already in the lineup?
The only ones I've talked to at this point in time were Legal Aid Society and the assigned counsel office. I know that I'll be able to get other agencies involved, but I didn't want to go down that route yet unless I had a feel for how things were going here. Because if you tell me, no, I don't want you to submit that RFP, we're not going to move this forward, then I'm certainly not going to put all that time and effort in, because it's a huge undertaking of time and effort to get all these other agencies involved.
Excellent. Discussion. Yes, Supervisor Driscoll.
Thank you, Chairman. Marcy, I just had one question out of curiosity. Legal Aid Society, do they provide like a team of attorneys, or is it a particular attorney that works with you on with you?
They would They would be providing a team of attorneys. The grant would allow for hiring of an attorneys, case managers, caseworkers, support staff to make this program work, to get earlier intervention. But legal aid does some of the financial issues that my office cannot reach.
Thank you.
I want to thank you for taking the lead on this statewide. If there's no other further discussion, I'll call for a vote. Okay. All those in favor say yes.
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 Opposed? Hearing none, motion carries.
Thank you very much. Next thing on my agenda is discussion item training. I wanted you to know that Dylan Swartner, who is my case manager, is in training. He is doing training for ethical considerations for recovery coaches. It's a 16-hour training. It is paid for by Office of Indigent Legal Services. Dylan's function is to deal with our clients and help them get services that they need. By being a recovery coach, he is allowed to deal more with clients and help them in the areas that they need assistance on. And there are ethical issues when you're dealing with these kinds of things. So it's a great training program. It's at Queensbury on the campus, which is great. And I appreciate the funding from ILS and the county letting me send people to these things. Yes, sir.
Can you define recovery?
Recovery is someone who is in substance abuse issues, whether it's alcohol or drugs. And so when they're in recovery, they're trying to not use drugs and alcohol and get on with their life. And so they are doing treatments with counselors and with other people and doing activities that are sober support activities and developing a sober support network so that they do not use and associate with the same people, places, and things that caused the problem in the first place. So that's what we talk about when we talk about recovery.
Do you think this will reduce recidivism?
We're hoping, definitely. So I just wanted you to be aware of that and where some of the funding from ILS is going. The next item under discussion are mentor services. I currently have one attorney who I have a contract with as mentor services. What I've attached here are 3 more contracts that have been approved by the county attorney's office. We're using the exact same contract that was already been approved on that attorney that I've already used. I think it's important because courts are now opened. We have hearings and trials going on that I need to rely on more than one mentor as an assistant to help an attorney. And so I have put in a request for 3 additional attorneys. One is Greg Canale, who is local. The other 2 are Terry Kinlan and his wife Laura Shanks, and they're out of Albany. Laura and Terry both are mentors for Washington County, so they are familiar with the process and know that the funding for all mentors is only through Office of Indigent Legal Services. Warren County does not pay any money for this. It's all through our grant and contracts that we have. So my request is for these 3 additional contracts to be approved.
At some point in the future.
Yes, obviously it has to go through the board, and if the board approves these contracts, then obviously then I can then hire these people. I've explained to them it won't be till the summer because the next board meeting is May 21st. So then after that's approved, assuming it is approved, then I can then hire them to use them pursuant to these contracts.
Okay.
Any questions on that from anybody?
I don't see. Oh,
Craig,
yes.
sorry.
Supervisor McGowan.
This is under discussion item, and
We're not taking any action on this. This is just discussion.
I would like it to go to, oh, sorry. Okay, we already have a resolution in, but I just wanted, in the past for the attorney we used before, so we're just adding this as discussion, so you're aware of it.
Thank you.
Okay? Thank you. Thank you, Mr.
I
McGowan.
want to make sure that,
Yep.
I mean, she was mentioned in the next board meeting, and
Yep.
I'm like, this is under discussion.
Sorry, that was my mistake. I
No worries.
apologize.
Thank you,
you.
Mark.
The next thing I have is referrals to pending committees. And in terms of the space issue, we met last month, and I met with Kevin Hajos. As soon as his staff is able to move the stuff that is in one of the areas downstairs, the small area, so that we can put file cabinets in there and give us a little bit more space, he will do that. Obviously, with the construction going on and some other things going on in the county, that we're okay for a little bit longer, but he will be moving those things in the near future, I believe. So I just wanted you to know about that. In terms of, and I think that's everything on my list.
Okay. Thank you, Marcy. Any questions from the committee? Privilege of the floor for public comment. Don, is there anything?
There is not, but I believe we are kind of getting away from the YouTube public comments. Am I correct on that at this point, that we are no longer doing that with the boardroom open? Or?
Okay. Yeah, we'll see. But on that, we'll have a motion to adjourn. Supervisor Diamond, Supervisor Driscoll on second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.